Hey Jess, okay, so do you see on your screen, go ahead and turn your camera on. Do you see on your screen where it says Georgia entered waiting room?
No, hold on. Mine says claim host.
Yes, claim co-host.
It doesn't give me that option.
Okay, hold on, let me try.
But hold on, two people.
Okay, yeah, so you are co-host. There we go. Awesome.
Okay.
So go ahead and start adding people. Hey, you guys, welcome. Welcome, welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning, you guys. Hey, Jess.
Uh-huh.
I can't see you, love. Oh, there you are. And
When
does
I'm
it,
on
does
deal,
it
it kicks me off.
let everyone in? Oh, hey, Todd. Good morning.
Morning.
How are you?
Doing great. How are you?
I'm doing good, hon.
Awesome.
Today is a good day.
Every day's a good day to be alive, right?
Yes, it is. Hi, Monique. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Good.
A little chilly here.
Where are you at?
Atlanta.
Oh, okay. I have family out in Florida, but I'm a Texas girl now. All right, so as everyone is hopping on, if y'all can mute yourselves, we will open it up for questions later, of course. So Jess, is it good on your end with seeing the?
I think so. I'm seeing them as they pop up. So
Perfect. Perfect.
da-da-da.
Congratulations, by the way, on your 105. That is awesome.
Thank you. Thank you. No, I'm telling you, I don't get on the scale all the time. So it's when I get on there, like if I wake up and I'm like, okay, I want to get on the scale today, I'll get on there. But Tanya was asking me yesterday, she was like, have you recently? So I'm like, okay, I should probably get on there. And we're going to give just, a couple minutes for everyone to hop on, and then we're just going to jump into it because I know your time is valuable just like mine is, and we'll make it quick and efficient.
Georgia, can you see us, hun? There's a red dot next to her name. I don't know what that means.
Probably because she's muted. It's fine.
Hi, good morning. I'm sorry. Yes, I just unmuted. Took me a while to figure out where to click, but
Okay, I just wanted to make sure you were in.
yes, I'm here. But my computer does not have a camera,
Oh, okay.
yeah, that's why it doesn't show. I added my picture the other day, but now I don't see it showing up anymore. So I just have to upload it.
No
But
worries. We're happy you're
I'm
here,
here.
Georgia.
Oh, thank you. I'm working also. I'm working from home on my regular job, so I'm just recording this because I really, really, really love the True Power Hour. I think it's so helpful, and thank you so much for doing this.
Yeah. Awesome. I
Thank
love that
you.
multitasking.
Yes, thank you. I'm gonna mute now.
Awesome. All right, you guys. So Jessica, I'm gonna go ahead and mute you. Just keep adding people. We're gonna just jump right into it. Hi, good morning, you guys. I'm so happy to have y'all with us today. My name is Catherine Horn Aguirre. For those of you who don't know, I am a 2-star, soon to be 3-star director with Truby. And I think it's safe to say, you know, this company is incredible. It has helped us in so many different ways. And I'm so excited to share this time with y'all today. Thank you so much for taking the time to even be here today. You know, I have this saying, and I think we've all heard it, you know, those who show up, go up. And I think it really shows, you know, your dedication to the goals that you're wanting to achieve. So thank you for taking time to be here. There are so many different ways to work a business. And, you know, I think, you know, we're all beautiful and unique in our own ways. So our method of working our businesses are going to be different too. But there is one common thing that I have noticed in everyone who, you know, is successful in network marketing or working business in general. And that is adding that personal touch to what it is that they're trying to, you know, market and sell. At the end of the day, you know, people want to, you know, be heard and they want to relate. So today I'm going to show y'all how I was able to go from, you know, being very salesy, very marketing, copy and pasted everything, just threw my link out, left no room for questions type of style, to, you know, being able to actually hit 1-star within a month in this company. My first, you know, when I first started working the business, to now almost being, you know, a 3-star director. So, you know, like I said, you know, being personal is so important, but I'm sure you're wondering why and how. People want to be heard, people want to relate. People will always remember how you make them feel. Remember that. People are going to remember you when you make that impression. So imagine, you know, just to give you an example, have you ever been scrolling on Facebook and you know, you see product image after product image, but whenever you get to a video or when you get to a selfie or a picture of someone, you know, something that's personal to them, you actually pause for a second just to see what it is that they're talking about. Not only are you grabbing their attention, but then you're also taking time to see what they're talking about. And that's my goal, is I want to stop people in their tracks. I want someone to want to hear what I have to say. And a lot of people, they're like, really, is this really possible? And I promise you it is. And you know, a couple of you on here, like Todd, you know, follows me on my journey, and I'm sure he's noticed, you know, I never talk about the products and I never talk about the company, but yet I have been very successful at what I do, as well as my team. And it's because we add that personal touch. So I'm going to go over ways that I have added that personal touch to my business. And these are going to be so simple for you to start implementing today. Like you can start right now, during or even after this call. So first off, being yourself. Don't feel like you have to present yourself in a certain way just so people can take you seriously. Your warm market knew you before this opportunity and this journey that you were on. So they're going to know if you're just, you know, wanting to sell them something. They're going to know if you're just copying and pasting and putting something out there for, you know, them to eventually, you know, buy something from you. However, if you put yourself out there and, you know, you're posting about, oh my gosh, like I can't believe I tackled 5 loads of laundry today. I managed to, you know, get the kids all squared away, finished, you know, virtual schooling, and I had time to go walk. Hello, energy. That is going to make a huge impact and stop someone in their tracks versus holding a bottle saying, oh my gosh, thank you, I'm loving my new energy, contact me if you want to know about this. You see the difference? You know, no, who wants to, you know, enter a conversation with someone when they know you're already thinking about your bottom line? You know, that immediately puts up walls that changes the outcome of that conversation. But if you just do that post and someone's, you know, comments like, girl, oh my gosh, I was dragging butt today, how, you've got to tell me how you did this. You're being indirect, but you're leaving room for questions. And questions, and I want you, if you're taking notes, I want you to write this down. And I see Monique, girl, you are writing away. Whenever you're taking notes, you guys, like, if it hits home, just put it pen to paper. So questions lead to conversations. Conversations lead to, you know, trust and respect in relationships, which eventually rolls into sales. Someone is more likely to purchase from you when they know that you're taking time to hear what they have to say. You can be relatable, you're being personal, you're listening to them, you're not being pushy. And that also helps later down the line with retention as well, because how many of you have had someone start the products and then you feel ghosted? They don't respond. Like, you ask them, hey, how are you doing? You know, and they're not responding. It's because sometimes, you know, you'll get a customer who will purchase from you just right off the bat. I think we all love those. But it's keeping them, staying connected with them, making sure that they are successful on the journey. Because yes, is the business opportunity, you know, wonderful for us? Absolutely. But at the end of the day, you want them to love the products, benefit what they can from them, and in return, hopefully, you know, share that with their friends and family. Now, you know, another way I add a personal touch within my business is when I'm having, okay, so you've done the post, they've asked what you're doing, you take it to Messenger, or what I love to do is I love to get them on the phone. Getting them on the phone takes it to a whole different level, because you're able to, you know, add again that personal touch. They can hear your voice, they can hear your passion. But be sure, just a little tip, whenever you are having that conversation with them, you want to make sure that, you know, you're letting them talk. Let them talk. Let them feel like they're being heard. But another way to let them hear your voice, maybe, you know, your life is, you know, pretty busy and you don't necessarily have the time to get on the phone. And that moment, voice messaging. Facebook voice messaging, you guys, I feel like it's literally what got me to 1 star in a month. Hands down, that is all I did was voice messaging. And they could hear my excitement. They could hear my heart. You know, when I'm telling them my story and they're asking questions, there are even times where, you know, I think it's safe to say when we're sharing our stories, sometimes emotion comes into it. Letting them see that vulnerable side of you is going to make a drastic difference in closing a sale, but also building that retention and, you know, gaining their trust. So when they start, you know, experiencing their results, they're going to know that, like, okay, so Catherine was vulnerable with me. I can be vulnerable with my friends and family too. So let me have a sip of water here real quick, you guys. Hold on. Now, feel free, if you have any questions, throw them in the chat too, because we are going to open it for questions later. So I promise I don't bite. Other ways to add in that personal touch within your business is, you know, whenever you are on social media, any social media platform, but we're going to focus more on Facebook today. You obviously do the personal posting, but don't be afraid to do videos. Don't be afraid to step out of that comfort zone and let people see your life, what's going on in the moment. I typically love doing videos like the good morning videos, just checking in, seeing how people are doing. You know, maybe throw in a motivational message. Sometimes you can, you know, the other day I shared with people how, you know, I've been checking things off my list of things that I wanted to accomplish on my journey. So people know that I have, you know, a list of things. People who've been following me, they know like I'm wanting to try new things. Now, I did a video where I went in my backyard and laid down just staring at the sky, and I made a post about how, like, when was the last time you've done that? You know, when was the last time you've, you know, been able to actually enjoy a moment? People, again, they can relate to that. They feel that moment. So don't be afraid to be vulnerable and be on video. And let's say you've never done a video. I'm sure there's probably one person on here who maybe has never done a video. I want to encourage you today or tomorrow, just record a video or go live and show like your feet walking on the sidewalk. It can be like a 15-second, 20-second video, and literally saying, you know what, come join me for my walk today. I mean, imagine like someone just scrolling through, like you got a, you know, a friend or a bestie on there, and they're like, oh my gosh, look, Monique's out there doing her thing. She's walking. Go girl. Monique, you're shaking your head. Have you, okay, I'm calling you out. I love doing this. I might call you out, fair warning. Have you ever done a video on your Facebook page? You
Yes.
have?
Mhm. But I seemed like I was very nervous.
Right. So do you mind me asking what your video was about?
Drinking water, how important water is when you're trying to lose weight.
Awesome. Okay, so what was the interaction like on that video versus post that you've done?
I don't know. I don't even know what to look for, so I just posted it.
Okay, well, hey, listen, I love that because you're taking the initiative.
Mhm.
I'm gonna encourage you, send me a friend request on Facebook, and I'll be there cheering you on your comments when you record your feet walking, whether it's today or whenever you have time. Try doing that and just like come join me for a walk today, you guys. You know, and let me know how that works.
Right.
Awesome. All right, so next, you know, speaking of, you know, calling Monique out and encouraging her to do that, that's going to roll me into, I want to call everyone on this call out right now. And just so you know, even if you're on your mobile device, you can do this and not get cut off the call. All you have to do is, you know, just, you know, hit that, I think it's like the circle that takes it to like the main page of your phone. Either way, I want to encourage everyone on the call to do an action post. And right now I'm putting in the chat 3 different options. Now you can spin it however you want, but your goal here is to make it personal. Your goal here is also not to ask them to message you, not to ask them to, you know, reach out for more info. You want to stop them in their tracks and make them think and have questions. And I'm going to read these to you out loud as well. So I just put them in the chat, so they're there if you want to copy and paste. But the first one is, would you believe me if I said I never thought this was going to work for me either? Okay, that's going to stop someone in their tracks because you're being indirect, but at the same time being bold enough to say, hey, I'm over here rocking it, but I get why you feel the way you do. Hold on a second, let's mute. Guys, as you hop on the call, please make sure you're muted. Thank you. Second one is, the best part of my day is not needing an afternoon nap anymore. The other one is, do I have any friends that need a size blank in pants? I'm making room for my new smaller clothes. Please let me, and then you can also add in there, please let me know, otherwise I'll be donating and selling them. You are creating not only an interactive post, but maybe there's someone out there who genuinely needs, you know, clothes, and with everything going on right now might not be able to afford it, but you're also bragging, if you will, about you being able to fit in smaller clothes. So let me know in the chat, comment done. I want to see dones in the comments of those who did this. And I'm going to, if you want to like tag me in the comments too, or in the post, I want to see them. I want to know, like, today you're getting out of that comfort zone. Today you're taking that initiative. So while y'all are doing that, remember, I want to touch on, there's being personal in your post, there's being personal in messaging, but there's also being personal in your comment section. If someone asks you a question in your comments, hey, okay, tell me what you're doing, or what does it do? How much does it cost? What company, yada, yada. Don't give them all the information in the comments, because what's going to happen is two things. One, you're answering all their questions at, right there and then, which doesn't leave room for more conversation later, but you're also giving other people who are reading your comments, because I trust me, they are, we all do it, you're giving them the answers too before you even know who might have been interested in having that conversation with you. So being able to take it from, tell me more, just send them a message like, that's awesome, I'll message you right now, or I'll message you as soon as possible. That way they know to, look in their messenger for a message. Another interesting thing about, working your business in a personal way is, so let's say you don't know how to start that conversation. Maybe you're new to this. Maybe you're like, okay, Catherine, I want to be personal, but how do I start that conversation? It's simple. Ask them how they're doing today, or be like, you know what? Thanks so much for showing me support on my post. That really means a lot to me. How are things going? Or, hey, you know what? It's been a while since we last talked. Thanks for showing me some love on there. How is so-and-so, or how's the family? Try to always fit in a question, because putting in a question is going to prolong the conversation, and again, build that rapport, build that trust. So I want to shout out Todd. He says done, so he did a post. Awesome. Tammy Wright, I believe, did a post. Happy Homes iPad, I love that, did a post. Alicia Thompson did a post. Oh my, awesome, you guys, keep the duns coming. How does it feel like to step out of that comfort zone and just add that personal touch? I'm telling you, it makes the world a difference. So while y'all are, continuing the posting, I think this is a perfect time to roll this over to Jessica McKinney. She is a senior associate, and she has this incredible method that I don't know if she named it this, but I'd never heard it before. And it is called power friending. And she's going to go over what power friending is, how she does it, and how this helps build not only her interaction on her posts, but it also deals with the whole Facebook algorithm, which we all, have our own issues with. So Jessica, take it away, love.
All right, good morning. So power friending. So Catherine just talked about your attraction marketing and how people that see your post, leaving that open for discussion and room for them to come to you, so you're approachable and you're not so much hunting for a sale as they're coming to you, which is amazing. But Facebook will hide your post and it will only show more to people you interact with. So you want to increase your interaction with people. So you can go to your friends list, your personal page, and then your friends, and you can put those in order of either your oldest friend first or your newest friend first. Choose whichever way you want to go, but try and keep it the same sorting order every time, so that I don't know how much time everybody else has to do. I try and do 30 minutes to an hour a day because that's my thing. But you may only have 5 minutes to do. You may only have 10. So whenever you're in there, just make sure you're sorting in the same order every time. So you're going to go to the first friend that's on your list and click at their page, and then you're going to scroll and find a post that they've made within the last 3 days. Something you can comment on. Now, you're not looking to input your business or your products. You're looking to be a friend because you want to have a friendly conversation so that you see their post, which means later down the road, they may post something about how they have a migraine or their doctor's putting them on insulin or something like that. So that increases your chances of seeing their posts so that later on you can approach them about helping them. But just for power friending, all you want to do is go in and find, say they posted a picture of their kids. Go comment it and be like, they're so cute. Oh my gosh, that looks so fun. Just put some simple comment on their deal. Like, don't like, react to their post. You want to use any reaction except for the thumbs up. The thumbs doesn't seem to increase your algorithm. It doesn't hurt it, but it doesn't help it. So use a heart, use a wow, whatever applies to that post. But react and then comment. If they don't have a post within the last 3 days that you can leave a comment on, then open up a message to them and just, hey, I saw something that they had posted before, I saw you were going to have surgery. How did that go? How are you doing? Or we haven't talked in a while. I just wanted to check in on you and see how you're doing. Messages also increase your algorithm. So that's going to put them back where they're seeing your post and where you're seeing theirs. So I want to challenge everybody right now. We'll take 5 minutes, go power friend 5 people. And then while we're on here, that way you can ask questions. I know it can get a little tricky or you're not really sure what to comment on when you're first starting. For me, whenever someone gave me the tip on a training call a couple years ago, I didn't even know how to find my friends list. So go try it. And then if you have trouble, come let me know. And it's 10:24, so we're going to give it 5 minutes and see how many of you guys get done. Just go down your list. Boom, boom, boom.
And while they're doing that, I guess, I just comment in the chat, I power friended. So we know who did the power friending. And Jessica, did you have something to add to that, or you want me to go ahead and add to it?
I'm trying to think. I think that's mostly it.
One thing I love that she touched on was, again, adding that personal touch by just sending that message and asking, how things are going, especially if they haven't been on Facebook, like posted on Facebook in a while. Seeing, okay, if they have had a surgery or something, be genuine in everything you do, though, you guys. Like, let's say, like, if it's something you're not for, you don't support, or just, you're not feeling confident in that necessarily, that's okay. Just, move on to the next. You don't want to ever do anything, that you're not, you don't want to be fake. Okay, that's as easy as I can put it. You want to be genuine and, allow that energy to go through and flow in what you're putting in the comments of their posts while also reaching out to them.
Okay. Hold on. We have questions. So when you go sort your list to either newest or oldest, that's what it's going to suggest to you automatically is going to be the people that you're already interacting with on a regular basis. Those people are already seeing your post. So sort your friends list, newest or oldest. That way you're going through them and you're hitting the people who aren't already in your algorithm. And then you do want to react, but you also want to comment. So comment something that relates to the post they made. Now, if they posted that they're struggling with something, then you can comment like, oh, I've been there before, I'll pray for you. Or that's really miserable, but you're going to make it, it's going to be okay. Don't insert your products or your business, just be a friend. Sorry, I
Exactly.
didn't mean to interrupt you. There was
No,
comment.
no, I love that because, and it's on it, it's serious. Like, you know, one of the common mistakes I see, and it's a mistake in my opinion, because I've done it a million times in the past, but you know, that's how we learn obviously from those mistakes. But I would send a message, you know, hey, how are you doing? They would respond good, and then I would roll right into, oh goodness, you guys, I wish I could go back and change time. I would roll right into, hey, so that's awesome, have you seen what I've been posting? And it, crickets, you guys, crickets. And that right there was not being genuine. I wasn't being genuine to myself. I wasn't being, you know, kind and open to the person that I was talking to. And I burned a lot of bridges. But if there's one thing, maybe you have burned those bridges, you know, as long as they are still there on your Facebook page, the bridge is not gone. You can always rebuild something. And a good tip that I've used, and this has worked for me, especially in this chapter of my life and on this journey, actually a lot of what got me to 1 star in 1 month was, you know, this technique. I said, hey, I cannot believe that mess that I sent you like X amount of time ago. Like, please, do you forgive me? Because I don't know what I was thinking or saying. And, you know, just being vulnerable, apologizing, and trying to reconnect with that person. And then I don't even bring up what I'm doing right now. I let that come later down the line. I add them to my follow-up list. And
Lori,
while,
sorry. Lori, I thought you were done. Sorry. Lori, your friends post. So we're not adding friends. You're going to go to your friends list on your page and go through them one by one and find a post within the last 3 days that you're going to comment on that they've made.
right. And, you know, whenever you are having that conversation with them too, you guys, like, you want to make sure that when you roll it into, you know, like when you put them on your follow-up list, no is not never. Never take a no personal. A no means that you are working your business. Okay. No's, like, I welcome them because that means I did my job for the day. I did my IPAs, or some of y'all call them DMOs. Like, I put myself out there, and that speaks volumes. So don't feel like, you know, that no is never. And it's not, don't take it personal either. So let's see how many of you have done the power friending? Shelly's commented done. And oh, some more people did the post. Okay, I gotta shout y'all out. Let's see. Rena, Jennifer, Jamie, Kimberly, Mariana. Please forgive me if I'm not saying that correctly. Oh, and Annette Cox is the Happy Homes iPad. I'm telling you, I love that name. All right, you guys. And Trisha, Elise, Penny, Lindsay, awesome, you guys. Samantha, fantastic. All right, so I'll come back and shout the others out here in a minute. But we're gonna roll this into, you know, I want you to know one of the biggest tips that I can give you that helped me get out of my own way and work in my business. So in order to be personal, in order to be confident, in order to, you know, actually put yourself out there, I think it's safe to say that we have to be confident in ourselves. We have to believe in ourselves. We have to know that, and this applies to our health journeys, you guys, as well as our business journeys. Belief starts from within, and we have to know that if this is something that is important to us, if this is something that we know is helping us, then why not own it, and share your story. I had to get out of my own way, and I had to overcome some fears. Believe it or not, I used to be shy. I used to be shy, Monique. I used to be shy. I used to be, I always doubted myself. I questioned myself. Like my husband, God love him, I used to always like, babe, like, okay, is this okay? Is this okay? Is this okay? Like, because I questioned my own words. And he's like, babe, like, this is amazing. Like, why, like, stop it. And I realized that I had to get out of my own way. And one of the ways that I did this, and if y'all are putting pen to paper right now, I want to highly encourage that you either do this now or you do this at some point. But I want you to list 5 of your fears, 5 fears that you think is holding you back from really putting yourself out there and working your business. I want you to list those 5 fears, and if you write those down, or maybe you just have them in your brain, that's fine. Put a hands, like put an emoji in the comments, like a thumbs up. Let's see. Awesome, awesome, you guys. Lori, she's like, own that shizzle. Are we allowed to say that on here? Sorry, I think it's funny. But list those 5 fears, and then I want you to ask yourself, why does it scare you? Ask yourself that, like, why does this scare me? Why is this keeping me from going on Facebook Live? Why is this keeping me from putting up a video? Why is this keeping me from reaching out to this one person that I know would rock this business, who needs these products? Why am I afraid to do this? And you're going to be surprised at your response. For me, my response was I couldn't find one. I literally could not find a reason, a justifiable reason of why I couldn't do this. Now, for some, it may be, public speaking is very hard for you. Maybe, maybe Monique's like, yep. Public speaking can be extremely intimidating for people. Maybe you stumbled or were booed, or someone said something not so nice to you whenever you were putting yourself out there in that vulnerable moment. And I'm here to tell you right now, whatever it is that you're breaking down and you're putting down on where those fears come from, I want you to tell it right now, like, you don't own me, and I'm letting you go today. Like, you no longer control what it is that I'm doing with my life, because I'm in control. I am me. I own my truth, and I want to do this. It's important to me. Like, own it with everything in yourself, you guys. I want to encourage you, like, if you're not allowing yourself to be personal and vulnerable in your business, like, that right there is going to change not only yourself, but it's going to change the momentum of your business. I know that, we're only on here for 1 hour, and I don't know most of you, but one thing I want to encourage you is to hold yourself accountable. Give yourself a challenge for the next 7 days to post video every single day, to make a personal post, to not post salesy things, not to post, product images. Allow your day-to-day life to sell itself. And, add that personal touch in the messaging. If you don't use voice messaging, add in that touch. So I know we still have a lot of time left, which surprises me, because I think we all know I'm a talker by now. I should come with a warning label, but I want to open it up for questions. Now is the time to, you took time out of your day to be here. Let's take advantage of this moment. Be vulnerable. You can unmute yourself. You can put it in the chat, whichever you feel comfortable with, but let's lift each other up. Let's support each other. And if you have a question, go for it.
Hey, Monique, I see your fear of rejection. So what I want to talk about this, not getting in your business, but what's really the worst thing they can do to you? I mean, think about it like, and I know some of us have heard this before, think about it like a waitress. she's going around with coffee and she's offering it to everybody. And some of them are going to take it and want more, and some of them aren't. And if they don't, it doesn't mean you're a crappy waitress and they don't ever want to sit in your section again. It just means they don't want your coffee right now. So, I mean, when you're putting yourself out there, you have to be you, because at the end of the day, the only person you're going to bed with is yourself. The only thoughts you have to be accountable for are the ones you had of yourself. So while one person may not want that coffee, there may be somebody else sitting at the next table that is like so waiting on you to pay attention and offer them what you've got. So don't be afraid of rejection. They don't want it. Okay, so what? It doesn't make
move on to the next.
Like, you're still going to be awesome. What you have to offer is still amazing. You're still an amazing person.
And so that's what my upline says. Just move on to the next one, especially when I post in yard sales. Oh man, those people are so brutal. But I guess I got just like very thin skin right now. So
one thing to remember, like when people are mean or they say hurtful things, or they're like, girl, you're crazy. No, like you're in an MLM. No, those are just pyramid schemes, blah, blah, blah. You have to understand that when someone is projecting that onto us, it's because they've been through something themselves. Right. And they've established that view and opinion. But at the end of the day, you know, it's on us what we allow to affect us. You own your truth. When you own your truth, you have your confidence. Like, and I've been watching you during this call, girl. You have some confidence there. Don't act like you don't. You do.
I've been coming out of my shell.
I'm so proud of you for that.
Since doing this really hard, because like I've been doing this for about going on 2 years, but I really faithfully started doing this in March when the pandemic hit. And
right.
I just went hard on it. And, you know, my upline has said she has seen an improvement, but I just want more. I'm hungry for more. And like you said, I don't want to come across as salesy.
Right.
I want to come across as being a real person. So I like your idea, and I'm going to run with it.
Awesome. I love that. Now, Lori, I see your comment and I see you're unmuted. So I know you want to talk about this. So are you okay if I read what you put in the chat?
Oh, yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. Or actually, why don't you tell me?
Oh, you know, I've been doing this for almost 3 years with Tru. I will never, like, I love what I do. I am super passionate. I'm always authentic, which, you know, it's sorted out my friends list a bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And constantly adding new people. And it's super true that your vibe attracts your tribe. And that goes for people that join your team also. And yes. I mean, and it's really great when things are like, I just had the beginning of the year or whatever, in spring, had 5 girls, 3 double ranked, 2 ranked to managing, and things were going great. I hit 1 star. I was a super recruiter. So was my team. And then it seems like, you know what I mean?
And you know what? That happens. That happens. And you know, if in those moments, I'm going to share with you a tip that I learned from my upline and other upline friends. When it gets slow, it doesn't mean that you're doing something wrong. It's just, it comes with the business, especially health and wellness. In the downtime, pour into yourself. Though that is the time to do self-growth, because there is always room to learn and grow as a leader, and pour into your members, pour into your team. And you know, we're coming up, like we've been planting these seeds, you guys. We're coming up on like November, December, January are big months. Get ready, y'all. Like get ready, because all those seeds that you have been planting, which is conversations, are getting ready to grow and to be picked. Sure. Now, I want to mention, you know, what you said about, you know, you're like me, where you couldn't find a reason and that you weren't really intimidated at all. Not were you saying you don't know why that's bothering you, and what way?
It's like my self-worth. And usually, you know, I noticed though, I did notice that when this is happening, like lately, that I kind of felt some resentment. And
Okay, so I
turn that
want to,
around and really go into
right.
my own self-development, and that has really helped me. Like, it's coming around now.
Good. Yeah,
But it was like paralyzing.
self-development is wonderful, but
Yeah.
I want to go back to what you said about self-worth. Your self-worth has nothing to do with what your rank is, what your check is, and what your numbers are. Your
Thank you.
your self-worth comes from inside. No one and nothing, like, are you kidding me, girl? I'm not gonna cry. Don't make me cry.
Stop it now.
No,
Stop.
no. You are such an amazing person, and I don't even know you that well, but I know that you are a beautiful person, and don't ever place your self-worth into something like that, because those things, those are just things. We don't put value in those things.
Thank you so much. That's true. That's so true. And you stinker, I know that, you know what I mean? Like, I know that. And it's just, I know that when you're slipping on your personal development or whatever you do for your motivation, I know that comes out and projects to other people. And so I think that's kind of why people, whether they know or not, they will pull away. And so, I mean, and that doesn't usually happen to me unless they're just not my people, and that's cool.
Right. Well, listen, I'm so proud of you for being vulnerable and sharing that with us. Seriously, you inspired me and probably everyone on this call. I love you, honey.
I love you
Todd,
too. Thank you.
You're welcome, Todd. So Todd says, I'm chatting with 3 customers right now since I made that action post. Todd, you're unmuted. Tell me, what action post did you decide to do, and what was the response so far?
I done the one about cleaning out my closet. I said, I really need to clean out my closet because I need some new sizes. And I've had 3 to contact me through Messenger. They didn't contact me directly on Facebook.
Right, which is common.
One guy just said, okay, I've been watching all this for all this time. Tell me what you're doing and how much is it? So, of course, I didn't tell him how much anything was. I just sent him the information and just kind of, and the same thing with the other 2 that contacted me as well. And they're like, hey, can I take this? I've got headaches. I'm on high blood pressure. And they're asking a lot of health questions. So I've kind of opened that. So if I disappeared for a little while, that's what I was doing, is trying to.
No, it's fine. It's fine. And that right there, though, that right there is what attraction marketing does, you guys. When you make it personal, you're bringing down their walls. They can relate, or they are intrigued by whatever it is that you are talking about. And I love that you said that they just went directly to you to Messenger, because you guys do not base your business just on likes and comments. People are watching you. Think about how many times you read a post and relate to it, but you never like it. Think about it. They're doing the same thing. I get more messages than comments on my posts because people are private. It's hard, especially in the health and wellness industry. People don't want all their business out there necessarily, and especially if y'all have friends and family in common, like, they're gonna come to you like one-on-one. So always remember that. I love that, Todd.
And this is where I help, and where whatever tip or what your number one tip would maybe if time permits. Recruiting for my sales team. I've had 3, I had 2 originally right off the bat that really was tearing it up. One is kind of falling by the wayside. And then I've got 2 right now that are doing really well. I've got a lot of customers, but as far as any interest of selling, I haven't had a whole lot of interest. And I do throw things in my, in my personal messages back and forth to them, just kind of filling them out. But I'm not getting a lot of bites on that. So what would be your number one tip to build that sales team and help them to be successful? I'm willing to do what you guys are doing for my team, and I try to do that for my team, for my 2 that I got working, and what I guess I can say 3, but it just gets, this is where that residual is going to add up, and this is where your stars are going to be built. the way I
Right.
see it.
Leverage your customers.
And can y'all hear me okay? I have a weird notification on my screen right now. I'm not going to click it because I'm afraid it'll take me off the call.
You're clear, but
So-
I'm going to.
Okay, so I'm assuming you're talking about your team members who are actively working the business, right? Okay, I call my runners. They're my runners. And I joke, I'm like, there's no running involved physically, but
Thank God, 'cause I'd be out.
Well, not only my customers are the 3 that I have selling under me, 2 are doing really great. I was wondering about how to recruit more of my customers onto the sales side.
Okay, so
yeah.
One thing that I use is, again, you want to make it personal. Being personal doesn't end when they become a customer. You want to maintain, being personal and relatable to them, even as customers. And so maybe, when you're doing your check-ins and follow-ups and you're talking with them, be like, you know what? Do you realize what you just updated me on could change a life? Do you realize that victory that you just celebrated, so and so, especially if you know people and like, let's say like a family member of theirs, because I know you're a pastor, so you're very well known and other people, so you could say, who could definitely benefit from hearing that story is so and so. You should go talk to them tomorrow, or take them out to lunch, or whatever it is. Give them a call to action, give them the idea, plant that seed. Also, maybe if you have someone who would rock this business, you could encourage them, be like, did I forget to tell you that you have a link in your back office? And because we don't have membership fees, did like, you could share that you're rocking it. A lot of people. Share this with your friends and family, and you don't even have to pay for these products that are helping you out. And you can, we're coming up on Christmas, have extra for the holidays. Make it personal, make it relatable. You know them better than anyone, because you have built that rapport and relationship with them in working that business. So that's what I would do. I would make it personal.
Todd, do your people share, like whenever you follow up and ask them how they're doing, do they kind of get a little detail-y to tell you what they're noticing?
Yeah, they do.
So I have a few of mine, and when I do a follow-up with them and I ask them what they're seeing, what changes they're noticing, how we can help, a lot of times they'll send me back this, oh, I'm losing inches, this is falling off, my hips doesn't hurt, whatever. And I will respond back to them with, that would make an amazing post.
That would be, yes. I love that she does that, because you're already letting them know that they're being personal. You're basically lighting that fire. Like, that would be an awesome post.
Some people don't want it when you tell them, let's grow a business, let's build a business. But if you tell them, I bet there's some people on your friends list that really need what you found, that would be an awesome post just to share with them. Don't tell them they're going to make any money. Don't tell them about building a team. Just get them to copy and paste whatever they sent you into a post. And then when you start seeing comments on that post, help them give those people information.
Right. Okay, great.
Yes.
I don't have anybody on my team building right now that responded to me offering them a business, but several of them have taken that follow-up, what they sent me, and just directed them to posting it, and they went and posted. I have one that's about to go managing like any day now, and she's not interested in the business at all, but she went and made that post.
Right.
Ask them to tag you when they make that post. I always ask them to tag me so I can keep an eye on it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. So hopefully that can help there. Did anyone have any more questions? I'm looking at the chat too. Don't be afraid to unmute yourself. We got about 10 minutes left.
With the two of us, and we're gonna finish on time.
I know, right?
World?
Question.
Yes.
My problem is I get a lot of people interested, but when I tell them the price, I kind of scare them away.
Okay, so let me ask you, when do you give them the price? And how do you give it to them? Like what's your wording?
I said, we have a promotional this month. You're getting the combo and you're getting a free item this month. And I kind of said it like that.
So right off the bat, don't use the word, now in my opinion, don't use the word promotion. Don't talk about free right off the bat either. The reason why is when we say certain words, I call them trigger words because they're like they're sales terms. You want to do, this is how I do it. Okay. Let's say I'm having a conversation with you and you ask me, so how much does this stuff cost? One of my, y'all,
Yes,
write this
that's what
down.
they say.
Write this down. Okay.
What's the stuff cost?
I say, first off, no worries. When I first started this, we were worse than paycheck to paycheck. My husband was thrilled that they didn't have membership fees. No one should have to break the bank in order to feel better, and you won't be doing that here. Let me send you the information and my recommendations. Check it out and let me know. I don't give them prices. I let them see it for themselves with my personal experience attached. That way, they already know that if I'm coming at them with, listen, I don't think anybody should break the bank, or I'm not breaking the bank. And, my husband was in, they don't have membership fees, and I'm sending them my information. That allows them to come to their own conclusion without hearing it from us and without making that decision and not even going and checking it out. So when I say that to you, what happened? Like, how do you feel when I say no one should have to break the bank in order to feel better? I think that sounds so much better than going at them with the word promotion, because they're going to see promotions on the site once they get there. Does that make sense? Yeah?
Yes.
All right, you guys, we're going to be wrapping it up here. Any last minute questions?
Yes. So after you give them that spiel, and then you send them, pricing, what do you send them? Do you send them like just
I don't send them pricing. What I do is I let them know, like, I'm going to send you my recommendations. Check it out. If you have questions, let me know. I'll be here. And I send them, this is the only copy and paste message I use, but it's pretty much the same that I would send at the end of having a conversation. I just have, okay, so here are my recommendations. I list the products that we talked about or that I think that they should start with. And I don't list any pricing, and I include emojis. I even laugh at the fact that I say, remember, no membership fees, and I put like a laughing emoji. And make sure, don't forget about, like, you have a retail option, you have subscribe to save. No one should have to, like, you can cancel anytime. Like, I'd have to pull it up in front of me, but I keep it very simple. My link's at the bottom. I send it to them. But here again, this is after I have had a conversation with them. I never send my link right off the bat. I only send my link right off the bat if and only if I initially start the conversation and they're like, so can you just send me the information? Like, if they straight up ask for it, that's when I'll send it.
So if I ask you for information about the belly blaster, I'm reaching out to you right now and I say, so I'm yours. So tell me about the belly blaster.
So what I would say is belly blaster is, first off, the most common thing when I hear belly blaster personally, and I'm not responding to that yet, is I make sure that they know that when they go to the site, they're not going to see belly blaster, because it's a term that we use to describe a combination of products. So I'll just say, oh my gosh, that's exactly what I'm using. It's a combination of products. It's this, and this. I absolutely love it. And, then I asked them a question like, so what would you say your energy level is like? The reason I ask them a question is it keeps the conversation going, because you want to know if you want to start them off with Fix and Control or Truby. Sometimes, you just never know which a person should start with, and then I let it go from there.
So how
Right,
much
I
is
can-
this package when I'm reaching out and I say, so how much is the belly blaster?
So one thing I love about the company is we have no membership fees. We have access to wholesale pricing right off the bat. No one should have to break the bank in order to feel better. Let me send you my recommendations and my information. Go check it out, and come back, and if you have any questions, let me know.
So are you sending your shop link?
Yes, I send the one directly to the product page.
Okay, so you're not building a link, you're sending
Correct. Now, some people love to use the link builder, and that's fine. I personally do it the other way because I have found that sometimes they add more items in their cart versus just purchasing what we've already talked about.
So you told them the combination of products, but now our Truby must-haves is the belly blaster. So what if they go in and latch onto that kit?
There's some must-haves for fix and control too.
Yeah, there is. There's one for fix and control. And you can also, so I use the term a la carte. So I let them know that they can either pick a package or do items individually.
Catherine, one thing that I've done that's really been productive is I always start with a combo or the share pack or the belly blaster, because it's always easier to step it down.
Exactly.
And as far as the cost of the product, it is very, very affordable compared to others. Just yesterday, I took an order over a phone for a lady, and she and her husband wanted to try Truby. And I sold her the share pack. I'm like, okay, it's going to come like this. It's going to have the sample packs, but it's the cheapest way that you can go. It's $145. And she just like, her mind was blown. She was like, wait a minute, I'm paying $145 now just for my plexus a month.
Yeah.
And now she's going to have the products for her and her husband for $145.
And an extra week.
Correct. And that's
and an extra week.
I don't lead with it depends on the conversation. You'll notice and I love that, Todd, whenever you're having, this is the part, and I think we're going to end it with this. The beauty about having, conversations and keeping it personal with people is you can kind of feel it out. If you can feel like they're extremely reserved after you're giving them your recommendations, that's when I would introduce the trials. To each his own on that. I know everyone has their own way with that. But my typical, what I recommend is just like Todd said, I start at a certain place and then work our way down if they feel like, that's too expensive. But oftentimes, you guys, if we just go for it and, give them that recommendation after we've built that trust, they're going to take what you have to say at full value and make it work.
90% of the time, I don't even present the trial link until they for a couple of days, and then I'm following up, and I'm like, hey,
exactly.
I want you to be reminded, if you want to give it a try, it's very inexpensive. You can really try this out. It's more affordable to do the month, but if you want a trial, this is your link.
Exactly. Y'all, I want to say thank you so much for taking time out of your day to join us today. And I'm going to end this call like I end all my team calls with a quote. If cauliflower can become pizza, you guys, we can become anything. I want you to rock your day.
Awesome.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Have a good day.
I love that.